Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you were all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So the weekly candle close was absolutely beautiful. I was out of office yesterday, but regardless, I still got a little bit of time to check the charts, check the weekly candle close, and we saw that we broke over 69K and we closed a little bit over 69K, which was a big deal. I kept telling you guys last week that once we reclaim these levels, it basically tells us that Bitcoin has bottomed out. Now, we will continue to address this. We'll continue to talk a little bit more about it. But I know that all of you want to know about XRP. You guys want to know what XRP is going to do next. Is XRP doomed? Is XRP not going to do anything this bull run? Whatever the case may be, right? As we look at the 24-hour span, altcoins are starting to wake up in a very large way. And in fact, the portfolio has been looking very, very good in the last 24 hours. A lot of the money movement in this space, if we actually go to the top gainers today, so here's the top gainers and losers, we are now starting to see more altcoins rather than meme coins moving in the top 100, for an example. In the entire market, we still have a lot of illiquid trash and still a lot of meme coins moving. But now we have a little bit of a mix of some other projects in here as well, which I think is good. Now, in terms of the top 500, again, you can clearly see the gains across the board for a lot of these altcoins. We're starting to see some altcoins breaking out, and this is very, very exciting stuff. Now, with that in mind, where are we headed this alt season? What's going on in this entire market? Are we getting ready for a major move to the upside? In my opinion, yes. Right now, currently, the market stands at a $2.69 trillion global crypto market cap. And just recently, we saw Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse talking about how crypto will reach a $5 trillion market cap by the end of 2024. Big shout out to Good Morning Crypto for this, but we have the overall market cap of the crypto industry is easily predicted to double by the end of this year, as it's impacted by all of these macro factors. Bitcoin has risen more than 140% in the last 12 months, and the halving event is less than 2 weeks away. Brad continued, one of these things I'll say on the macro tailwinds for the industry is I think we will get more clarity in the US. The US is still the largest economy in the world, and it's unfortunately been one of the most hostile crypto markets, and I think that's going to start to change also. Do you believe that crypto will reach $5 trillion by the end of 2024? And, you know, this kind of plays into the idea that I kept telling you guys my overall prediction when it comes to the entire crypto market is 5 to 7 trillion. That's where I think that this market tops out on. So I'm very happy with $5 trillion. And remember, that's still almost $2.5 trillion away from where we are at right now in the market. And if we're talking about that, imagine how large the top 10 will look and how much gains there is going to be for a lot of altcoins within the space. Now, as we look at Bitcoin, it has played so far into what I have been wanting us to do. We had a nice retest of almost the 63.9K level that I was looking for. We came down to about like 64.4K, so I was a little off, but I was expecting us to actually sell off and then get this big move to the upside. Now, before we get too excited, the big thing that I'm watching for right now, first off, MACD is about to have a nice cross. It looks as though the MACD is getting stronger, more positive inflows, if you will. And the big thing is getting a daily candle close over this level right here, 73.3K. Having a daily candle close over the highest levels, basically confirming a much larger breakout's going to be happening on Bitcoin to $81,000. And then from there, we really look and address where we are headed in the overall market. But one thing that I will say about Bitcoin is we knew that this was going to have a major move to the upside. Why? Well, let's first address the weekly chart. So this is the weekly chart. Let me get rid of all of this stuff on this chart. So first off, this weekly candle is looking beautiful right now for Bitcoin. And like I said, we closed right around 69.3K. Solid close, very strong close. And it seems as though we are creating a higher low structure on this chart. This was the lows from March 18th and the 25th, right around $67,000. These lows right here are about 69K. So we're now basically turning the resistance zone almost. It's close, but it's not exactly perfect. But we're kind of turning the high from 2021, the all-time high, into support on these two weekly candle closes, which is also including the current weekly candle. If we go back in time, we typically do this right before the big moves. I'm showing you guys this real quick just so that you can see where we are at currently in the market. Here's the 2017-2018 all-time high. Here's the candles right before the big explosive moves to the upside. Just to put it into perspective, this is the high, the all-time high, but look at the candle bodies here. So let me go and look or put a trend line here across. Again, as you see, we turned this level of resistance, the candle bodies, into support right before we took off massively in December of 2020. We are at the same exact point right now on Bitcoin, except again, it's not December, it is April, but we are now turning the all-time highs back here into support. And even you could argue that we are looking at, the candle bodies as well, and we are turning this into support even prior to these last 3 weekly candles. But it looks as though Bitcoin is about to have a major rally. And also, a big thing that I was looking at when it comes to Bitcoin and, the idea that, we are bottomed out. The thing that I was looking at the most is on balance volume. So a lot of people actually don't look at OBV as much as they should be if you're determining if something is bottomed out or not. And this is actually something I included in the Patreon group as well as even in the Crypto Wealth Network. If we look at this, right, we nearly had 4 taps. This last one, which was April 2nd, was almost a tap of this level as well. But every single time that we tapped this, we had a major impulsive move to the upside. So we were expecting an impulsive move here on Bitcoin. Now, all we have to do is watch for a daily candle close over that 73.3K level to confirm a much larger expansion to the upside. This should put us on the path to $80,000. Now, at the same exact time that we are watching that, I've also been watching the dollar. And so far, the dollar on the monthly, because I'm more so looking at this on the monthly. So on the monthly chart, we could see how we've been rejecting that upper trend line. This looks solid. The dollar looks pretty weak so far. On the weekly chart, this is what the dollar looks like. Again, you could see the rejection here. It's a very strong rejection. I'm watching for us to break back down to this 102, 103 level. That should also provide a little bit more steam ahead for Bitcoin and also the entire crypto market. And then when it comes to XRP, right, because everyone's been watching XRP closely, they've been asking me, hey, what do you think is going to happen with XRP? Is it about to have the largest rally in crypto history? Because again, XRP has been ranging for so long. The big thing that I've been watching for is also the monthly, because again, similar to the DXY, the monthly and the weekly timeframes are giving us a little bit of a different picture. I like going off of the monthly simply because this is more macro. So this gives us a little bit more of an insight on what's going to happen long term and where we are at currently long term. You could also look at on balance volume when it comes to XRP. The volume hasn't been very significant, but let me put this back down here. So if we actually look at on balance volume, we could see where we basically bottomed out back in 2022. And since then, it's been higher lows on the on balance volume. Again, not too significant, but I'm watching for us to actually have a very strong inflow of on balance volume mixed with just trading volume itself, allowing us to break out of this upper trend line. But we've been fighting this for so long, which is why we've been kind of just ranging here. And everyone's been asking, like, when is XRP going to have any positive price movement? And so far, it has had positive price movement. It's just not doing what everyone wants it to do. Currently, we are ranging on the 61.5 cent zone. We've had already, in terms of the weekly candle close, a close right around 59 cents, which is a very strong close. It's a level that we've closed on before. It's a level of support as well, which is a very big thing to focus on. But we still haven't got a break, or we've still haven't gotten the breakout that we want on XRP, which is breaking out above this upper trend line. On the weekly, again, the trend line's a little bit different, but I'm watching the monthly more so closely now than ever before. You could clearly see the resistance right around 63 cents almost, and you can see the resistance up here as well around 69, almost 70 cents. We still want to see 75 cents being broken for a full close on the monthly as well, because this will put us in a prime position, but it's more so on the weekly when we look at 75 cents. You could see almost a double tap here, and if we go back to July and also the next week in July, it was the week of July 10th and the week of July 17th, the 75 cent zone has been the biggest resistance zone so far in 2023 and 2024. So we are watching for us to break over that and get a weekly candle close over 75 cents for the next big move to 92 cents to be realized in. And if we can close over 92 cents on the weekly, it will confirm a much larger expansion to the 2021 high and possibly even a retest of the all-time high. Now, outside of the XRP USD chart, I've told you guys that I'm watching these two charts a lot closely, or a lot more closer than just the USD chart, because this will give us the price action that we actually want. So first off, XRP Dominance. So this is a big one to watch for, especially as we do kind of range more here into the later weeks and months of this cycle, especially as we do watch Bitcoin Dominance, which, by the way, we actually look at Bitcoin Dominance, and I'll go off of the Bitcoin chart here. So here is Bitcoin Dominance. Now, I've talked to you guys a little bit about the time frame on this chart that we are watching for. It's ultimately a decision by April 15th. So we should have a decision on this chart by April 15th. And the big deal is us breaking down on this chart. If we get a major breakdown on this chart, it will allow for the XRP Dominance chart as well as most altcoins to break out against Bitcoin. That's what we're watching. But before we get there, we want to have Bitcoin go as high as it possibly can. Why? Because it provides more liquidity and a bigger rotation into altcoins when Bitcoin does top out. I'm waiting for this one to reclaim some strength in terms of XRP Dominance, and everyone has been alluring to the idea that XRP is so bearish right now, because as we go over to the XRP Bitcoin pair, and I have this trend line going all the way back to 2017, 2018 on this chart, you can clearly see us kind of losing this slightly. We are now below this trend line. Now, everyone's saying, oh, this is so bearish, but they're forgetting what happened back in 2020 into 2021. We've had significant wicks below the trend line and then reclaimed it. Even back in 2017, 2018, we've had wicks below this level as well. And on the monthly, so this is what the monthly looks like on the XRP Bitcoin pair. Now, you could argue that, yes, this trend line would be more like this, where we've already had a big break of this structure, and this looks bearish against Bitcoin. Most altcoins are bearish against Bitcoin. For those out there that are Casper holders, for an example, this is the Casper Bitcoin pair. Does this look bullish against Bitcoin? Absolutely not. A lot of altcoins are in the same exact position where their Bitcoin pair looks extremely weak, and it's simply because Bitcoin right now is not fully topped out. Bitcoin is still on a major run, and Bitcoin Dominance is still around 50, almost 5%. So at this current moment in time, we're not waiting for the XRP USD chart to break out. We're waiting for Bitcoin to actually have its last major wave up, while Bitcoin Dominance either one starts to drop heavily, or we wait for Bitcoin to start ranging while the Bitcoin Dominance chart drops heavily. So the big thing to watch for is dominance on Bitcoin topping out, dropping heavy, while Bitcoin ranges or goes on that last major run up. But I do think that the Bitcoin Dominance chart does look pretty weak. I think that this is eventually going to have a major breakdown sometime around this month. But alt season is nearing, and I do think that alt season is going to surprise a lot of people, because I've been seeing so much bearish comments about this XRP Bitcoin pair for so long now, and a lot of people are just blowing it out of proportion, saying, oh, XRP looks so bearish right now. Guys, the same could be said going all the way back to 2015 into 2017. I mean, if we're looking at this chart, this was a massive move to the downside of roughly 95% against Bitcoin, and everyone probably gave up on XRP right before the big moves happened on the XRP Bitcoin pair. So when we look at this, yeah, I do think that this chart is essentially almost bottomed out. I mean, there's not much more room for the XRP Bitcoin pair to bleed out unless XRP is just going to completely miss out on this bull run, which I don't think is going to be the case. Everyone still thinks that XRP is going to miss out on this bull run. It's just ridiculous. But also, I've been following a few people around the space that have been sharing some key things, which is one, the XRP USD / total market cap chart. This is from Cryptalica. And we can see on the bottom, XRP is a scam bottom. This is where everyone is saying XRP is dead, XRP is done, XRP is a scam, get out of XRP, XRP is not going to do anything. And the same could be said going back to 2017 and even 2021. This level down here is prime time. It doesn't matter about the trend line so much, right? Because trend lines are not going to give us a complete picture on everything happening. But when we look at what's going on here, this whole level down here is prime time. This is golden area where XRP is essentially bottomed out against Bitcoin, and we will start to see a major move to the upside. That's what this chart is also telling us. This is the USD total market cap with XRP. Now, outside of this, also, big shout out to Moon Lambo. We have XRP Bitcoin hit another low for this market cycle, yet XRP USD bottomed in June of 2022. Historically, Bitcoin has always rallied way before XRP in bull markets, which is also why we have the XRP Bitcoin pair have this massive downtrend, which looks extremely bearish. And everyone's saying, oh, look at XRP so weak versus Bitcoin. It just shows you that XRP is this, XRP is that. Is this time different? In 2024, in this market cycle, do people really believe that just because Bitcoin has taken off in price against the dollar before XRP has, that XRP is doomed? As it turns out, yes, there are some people who actually believe that. People with XRP derangement syndrome. I've bookmarked the tweets in my Future Dunks bookmarks tab, plant seeds and wait. And, it's as simple as this, right? If we are looking at where we are at right now in this cycle, we haven't really started to have major euphoria hit this market. Everyone's been euphoric because when we look at meme coins, right? You look at meme coins. Let's actually just go back to the top gainers and losers, right? Here's the last 30 days. Here's the all time. Look at all of these trash coins. This is euphoria in meme coin phase, right? But euphoria hasn't hit this market yet. No altcoins, I've talked about this. Many of the altcoins have barely broke out. So as we think about that, right? The market's not euphoric. We're not even close to the top. Bitcoin might have maybe a 2x left in it. We don't know. But I do think that we are getting very close to where altcoins really steal the show and start outperforming Bitcoin, even outperforming Ethereum. Ethereum is going to be the next one to really move heavy. Everybody's been saying, 10,000, 15,000 for Ethereum. I don't know if we go that high, but I do think that Ethereum is about to take over, and we're going to start to hear the whole idea of Ethereum's about to flip Bitcoin, all that nonsense. And then from there, we really look at altcoins really becoming the big leader in the market. So the best advice I could give to anyone right now, focus on what really matters, which is Bitcoin dominance, the dollar, and also the XRP Bitcoin pair or any altcoin Bitcoin pair. If we are getting to this point where it looks as though we are getting extremely hammered versus Bitcoin. I mean, if we look at this downtrend going all the way back to July of 2023, this downtrend has been relentless, and this has shaken a lot of people out of XRP already, and it's made the sentiment around XRP extremely negative. That is technically a good thing. It's actually very bullish that is happening, because go back to 2020 into 2021. Although, yes, we missed out on the big bull run because of the SEC lawsuit, which I will continue to say that that's the reason why we did, because there's nothing else behind XRP besides that really kind of killed the momentum. But look at this massive downtrend that led into us actually having a big spike up. And I would even argue that November of 2020 on the monthly was the big start of us actually breaking out. But then we got hit with the SEC lawsuit. But this time is not different. I think that we're going to range here for a little bit of time. So something like this, where we kind of range down in this green box, and then we get the big move to the upside. Very similar to the XRP Dominance chart. It will play perfectly into this. And if we're talking about the USD pair, yeah, we could still have some great buying opportunities down in that green zone that already got tapped on this last weekly candle. If we do something like this and then we get the big breakout, I will be happy with that. As long as we range here, I'm fine with that. I will accumulate more XRP if I feel the need to, but regardless, the overall market, still hasn't woken up in a very large way. I think that we're getting closer to that. The weekly candle close was very solid for Bitcoin and for most of the market. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.